Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Shimakaze, a Tier 10 Japanese destroyer. Also, by the way, if you were expecting a Project Rect today, unfortunately I didn't have enough content, and because I was away the last week and also didn't really have enough time to record the content I had. So no episode this week, should be hopefully back next week, unless something happens. So yeah, but back to this video. We have a Shimakaze here that is unfortunately slowing down and avoiding that fish, which is just a little bit of a shame. So we are here on Greece, 4-point nomination game, Tier 10 battle. Unfortunately, there is a carrier and a submarine. Now the Shimakaze here, it has avoided my fish, but it is still being spotted, and I've decided I want to pew a little bit. I have my own smoke ready, so I can disappear. Now we got a lot of plane spotting, so I'm not needed to provide the vision here. Obviously, I'm not gonna go into a gun duel with a Shimakaze. That's not something I can win. And as you can see, somebody else is already trying to shoot me. But what I can do is I can get a little bit of damage in here. Unfortunately, we lost vision and the Shimakaze is now smoking up, so we won't get that back. Also, unfortunately, the enemy planes have arrived. I can't just go back into my smoke here, but it might give the enemy a chance to shoot. Now the Shimakaze here was briefly visible. We are doing some good work on those enemy destroyers, but of course they are still floating. Now we had 4 destroyers per team. We unfortunately already lost one, but our destroyer got B, so that's nice. A is contested. So far it's not looking horrible. I mean, being one destroyer behind is not good, but both the Shimakaze and the Shimakaze have taken some damage. So there is that. And now I can launch some fish in there. I'm not inside my smoke screen. I'm hoping that's enough to not get torped there in return. Also, the enemy battleships seem to be somewhat aggressive, so I need to be careful, right? This Ruprecht is pushing in, followed by a Pommern. So that's 2 hydro battleships with good secondaries, and well, there is also this inconvenient island in front of me. I definitely need to maneuver around that and be in a position to keep retreating. Of course, being somewhat close to those battleships might help. Oh, I got the Shimakaze. So, well, I mean, when we look at the minimap, it looks like the Shimakaze was reasonably angled, but might have eaten an unlucky nose torp, which is good for me. What's bad for me is that the enemy planes are arriving and they look like they are coming straight for me. Now, obviously, they're probably coming straight for what's behind me, because they might want to drop that Missouri and such, but I'm an unfortunate... well, I'm an unfortunate bystander, and now the planes have found me. So, my smoke isn't ready, and I'm detected in secondary range of 2 German battleships, and also close enough that they can reasonably hit me with the main guns. Now that Ruprecht just missed. Well, I mean, that's the Germans, right? Now, the carrier has dropped some fighters on top of me that seem to have already died, but see, that carrier isn't dropping. The carrier is just staying right on top of me and keeps me spotted for those battleships. Now, the good news is the Pommern isn't actually shooting me. It's only the Ruprecht, and so far the Ruprecht hasn't really hit. And considering by... I mean, those secondaries are doing some work. I'm not sure if he has the skill, because I would have expected to get farmed even harder. Oh, did the Pommern just try to shoot me? Now, the Pommern has fallen a bit behind there. Now, my smoke would be ready right now, but the Ruprecht is going behind an island. So I've decided I'll just wait, because I might need that smoke soon anyway, right? So what I did is I tried to escape the Ruprecht by sailing away, but I also have been running towards our carrier, because carriers are one of the few ships that might actually shoot a plane now and then. So one, the carrier might actually provide some fighter support if I'm getting close enough, because he accidentally runs into the enemy planes, or like the carrier's anti-air itself. Also be helpful. Now, by not using this smoke, now that means if the carrier comes back, I will have, well, a bit of defense. And the smoke just came ready so late that wouldn't have done much anyway. But I've lost a lot of hit points, and that was a very frustrating encounter because there was nothing I could do about it. Good news is the enemy's battleship here is down. We are actually a ship ahead. We are a cap behind though because we have lost the left flank unfortunately. But I'm on my way towards B. And okay, so we can see planes coming my way again. Now the good news is this time there isn't really an enemy close enough to shoot me. So if he just parks his plane on top of me, I won't die to the spotting, I might just die to the drop. And once again, I guess he has found me. But I'm gonna turn my anti-air on here. But it looks like he isn't actually willing to drop me, okay. So he seems to be going for our carrier. Weird choice, but since I'm safer now, I'm gonna now head towards B. Now there is a sub somewhere. It was last seen here in A. And yeah, okay, there are the sub-torps. So the subs around here somewhere. There is the shimmer that's spotted. I'm not very healthy compared to this shimmer. I'm still might shoot it a little bit. Simply because, well, I have help and it doesn't. It's probably not really interested in getting into a gunfight anyway. And the enemy, I mean, you know, like the Alaska, Iowa, so there might be some ships that could shoot me. But they aren't in a position to get good hits. Let's put it like this, right? Obviously they could get lucky. Now, I have some torpedoes going towards where the Shima is most likely going to flee, right? I mean, the Shima has no reason to keep sitting in this smoke. It will just break vision and then keep going over there. Now, I also have... Clearly, there is a destroyer here towards my right, possibly still inside this smoke. I've decided to not... Oh. Oh, hello, Shima. Well, my assumption was pretty spot on, I guess. So that Shima has been dealt with. Yeah, there is the other Shima. So it was still in its smoke. I've decided to keep the torp launcher in reserve in case I need it. I could have tried to randomly torp over there, I guess. See what happens. And still do that. But not entirely sure what this Shima is going to do. Maybe it's going to run into those. Meanwhile, I'm looking for the submarine. The problem is there's in Alaska, so I have my smoke ready. I could smoke up if I need to. Now if this subsurfaces and shotguns me here, I'll be in trouble. And if I get too close to the Alaska and it radars me, I might also be in trouble. But it's a sub and we need to sink it. So, okay, the sub seems to be traveling back towards the enemy side, it looks like. Thankfully, Shima can drop quite a few depth charges and I'm getting some hits now. Hopefully they're going to be enough, and there you are. So that is one less submarine. Okay, so this worked nicely. The enemy Shima didn't come the way I torped, but instead retreated, so my fishies are not going to do anything, but that's fine. Now this battle is suddenly looking really reasonably well. We have, well, once we cap A, we're going to have more caps, we got more points, we got more ships. But of course we got some... Oh, and that Shimakaze has been detonated. Yeah. So the Hayate is low. Not sure, we might have some other low health ships. But I'm obviously gonna get closer to the enemy battleship, see if I can torp something, while trying to stay out of the Alaska range. Our Hayate is a little bit too aggressive here. The carrier found it, so it went down. We've also lost Shopard, it looks like. And I mean, we're still 2 ships ahead. Oh, those torps ran out. We now got A. It's good that the horn didn't get interrupted, because now, you know, well, I mean, there's still 8 minutes to go. But the enemy isn't close to any cap, and just having the increased points income is a good safety net for us to have. Now, the Iowa is coming slightly this way, maybe we can. If a torp Vento is already fleeing, and there are planes coming towards me. I could smoke, but if I smoke, I'll stop all the spotting that I'm doing here, and I could try to smoke. And then shoot that eye over. Now the planes aren't really that interested in me. Our carrier has provided a fighter here. I've decided I'll just go behind the island for now. And not use that. So our friendly fighter has dealt with those planes. Now we are only one ship ahead. Am I gonna hit this Iowa with a torp? Probably not. Oh. Well, that is a shame. Now the enemy has briefly overtaken us by points with us losing ships, and this Shabbat is going down. So you see, it looked pretty safe a few moments ago. Now there is a lot more doubt here on my mind. So I am trying to turn away from the planes and turning a little bit more towards that fighter. Maybe that fighter will help. Once again, thankfully, with the enemy running away, they are not in a good position to shoot me. The bad news, of course, oh damn it, the fighter disappeared and the planes are back. Of course, the bad news is I'm not the healthiest one. So they don't need a lot of good shots. Also, I suppose, with the enemy running away, can't quite torp them. Well, I can squeeze in between those shells. So, enemy carrier being a nuisance again. I do have my smoke ready, but if I like smoke up here, I'm not doing any. I mean, I could decide to just do nothing. I could just go into the corner and hide. And be like, okay, we've got the points, so that should be enough. But will it be? Like, the Rhone is probably going to sink. The Sturdy is running low on dive capacity, so it might have to surface and then it's going to sink. So, if we lose 2 ships, it's not gonna be ideal. And I mean the carrier could yeah, this Rhone is very low. And I mean the carrier can hunt me no matter where I am. It's just going to take him a bit longer if I'm further away. So I've decided instead I'm gonna stick around here and try to contain those battleships a bit. See how that works. So the Vento might be eating some fish there. I mean, planes are here again. I need this island to be some cover, or I just smoke up, I guess. If I smoke up here, I might be able to shoot this Vento. My torps failed. I was almost too late with the smoke, right? The Vento could have gotten a hit in here that would have been potentially fatal for us, so I gotta be a little bit more careful here. It's a close one and would be a shame if we lost. We are now equal on ships, right? But our Sturdy has now run out of dive capacity and it keeps going towards the enemy. But it might be at a range where it gets immediately spotted when it surfaces, and it's not healthy enough to survive that. Like, obviously, if you surface, right, dive capacity starts to regenerate and they can almost immediately go down again. And use that to hopefully get away. But see that Sturdy is reversing, it hasn't turned around to better retreat. And my torps missed. Now it is forced to surface and it's just not healthy enough to survive this. So I think it got some torps into the Vento. Or something got a hit into the Vento. But just not enough. I suppose maybe the Sturdy was like, I'll just surface and shotgun. And then didn't have enough fish. So as you can see, this game is not going ideal. I suppose, like points-wise, right, if I'd be in a corner, we'd still kind of win. But, oh, am I getting a rear torp into the Vento here? That's good, because my guns weren't doing anything. Okay then. So it's 2 versus 2 now. Now the good news is, I'm very close to this island, and if the Iowa comes around here, I can torp it. Now the Iowa is slowing down, it knows what's happening because there are planes, so obviously it knows what's happening, but that's why I'm not using all of my launchers, right? I used exactly one, now see, it's stopping. I have one ready, and I will have the third ready soon. And I only need like 2 torps or so to sink the Iowa. There is nothing else that can attempt. Well, no, fine. But like both of us, we are in very bad situations. The Iowa and myself, we're both gonna be under constant plane attack. Of course, I'm in a better situation because, well, I have the torpedoes to ambush the Iowa, and we're just gonna win on points if the Iowa does nothing. So it has to go forward. Doesn't really have much of a choice. So I use one launcher. Now it doesn't look like it's slowing down again, so we're gonna use second one, but very close. If it slows down and turns in, the second launcher should still get a hit, hopefully. But it looks like the first one does the trick. So I unleashed the Kraken, which is always nice. And I have to say I played this almost a little bit careless in the end. Maybe I should have tried to stay safer, but hey, I got my Kraken, it all worked out, and it was a lovely victory. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.